What's up, witches? This is the Undercover Witch, and as I mentioned this in my earlier video for Pisces, but I struggled yesterday with recording my videos and editing them and uploading them, so you're just gonna see my face today. I was gonna try to have the cards and everything, that didn't work out. But this reading is for you if your Venus sign is in shoot, I lost it. We're doing water signs today. And this reading is for you if your Venus sign is in Cancer. There we go. Gosh. Okay. And we are using True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. I love this. This is one of my favorites. And we are also using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And then lastly, at the end, we'll ask 3 questions with a pendulum, yes or no questions, and we're also going to pull a card, and it's going to be the Sacred Power reading cards by Anna Stark. I say your name differently every time. Let's begin. If you don't already know, your Venus sign is all about love and money. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, although it might manifest as something you might not recognize. And the last reading I did with Pisces, it was a lot of educational stuff, so it was really good. But yeah, but yours is about money. We have the 3 of Discs, which is a lot of times about schoolwork and kind of that community of scholars. We have the Empress, which is another 3, so we have 2 3s back to back. The Empress is all about fertility and bringing new things in, growth and opportunity. And then we have the 7 of Discs, which is about harvesting. So that's a little like almost backwards, but it's not, because 7 is waiting for the harvest to come in. You're planning things, but the Empress is saying spring's already here. So, I mean, depending on what you're harvesting, maybe you're harvesting the wrong things. Maybe you're looking at the wrong stuff, because the crops are harvesting in fall, but the flowers and everything else are growing. Like, you're kind of in the wrong season, is what I'm getting. We have the 10 of Cups. Okay, so, sorry, that was the first week. So this is where you're at now. You're in this period of, like, everything's going on right now. Everything's popping off. And you're kind of waiting, like, okay, I see. What does this have to do with me? We've got the 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment in the second week, right off the bat. And let me keep shuffling. We have the Princess of Swords, but I feel like that is not the next card. That is the 3rd card. Nope, it is the next card. Interesting. We have the Princess of Swords right next to the Death card. So there's some kind of message coming in for you. It's like you've reached this emotional fulfillment. You've reached the end goal. You've reached the finish line. And yet another quest is coming in for you. A side quest maybe, or another big quest that you're going to go on. And you kind of have to rip away the old and say, I'm new again, and go forth. And go forth. The Chariot that is in your 3rd week. So that's the second week you might be getting a message. This is from April to May. Into May. We have the Chariot. So you're moving forward. You're taking charge. You're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move forth. And the first obstacle, the first person we come up with is this King of Discs. King of Discs. Which is interesting because you just kind of went into your Discs era. Where you... I don't know how to say this, but it's kind of like you settled for being the farmer when you could have been more. So you're the nobleman coming up to this King of Discs. And let's see what happens, because that's a very interesting story going on. We have the Hangman. So some kind of changed perspective. You know what I'm getting? I don't know if you know this, but George Washington, whenever he was president, and he wasn't the only one. There was another guy who had to take over being in charge. He was a farmer or something, and it was a kingdom. I know, I'm sorry. But they asked him to come, like, lead this battle, and he led it, and then he once they won the war, he went home and was farming again. And it's kind of the same with George Washington. You know, he only wanted to do 2 terms. And then once that second term was done, he was like, okay, somebody else take over. You're that nobleman who knows when enough is enough. And like, but at the same time, you want to rest, you want to be peaceful, but you have this other side to you that's like fiery energy. You're a leader. You're a natural born leader. You're a natural born warrior. You are the one that's going on. And I think that others, even nobles, recognize your stance, your place in the world as like this person who's meant to lead. Like even the kings and queens, they look at you and they're like for guidance, for assistance, for you're kind of like a compass to a lot of people. And I think that this next journey you're going to go on is going to bring some kind of enlightenment with this hanged man, and it's going to change your perspective on yourself and how you view yourself, and you're going to go into this like spiritual journey. So kind of like you're not the fool, because you've already passed that. You're not starting like a new journey from scratch. You've done this over and over again, and you're wiser from it. You're very, very, you know how people say you're like an old soul? I think it's very equivalent to that. Interesting reading so far. We have the 10 of Swords. So another death, another ending. And justice. These cards feel like this. Like they feel like they're going like this. So you're going through a lot of painful endings. And I think that justice is finally coming around to having your back. Like it's seen you be murdered, be killed, be dead over and over and over and over again. And finally justice is stepping in and giving mercy to you. But also, usually where there's mercy on one side, there's something happening on the other side. So maybe, I don't know, let's keep pulling. This is the 4th week. So this is the last week we're looking at. And we have Temperance right next to that, which is also about just balance and making sure you're giving enough to yourself. So you're realizing your self-worth, which is what's giving you that quote, like mercy. You're giving yourself mercy in a way, but it's also, once you realize your worth, the people around you have to. Like because you won't settle for less. You won't stand for less. So now they're like, well, we have to treat them how they're meant to be treated, which is better than how we were treating them. And once you acknowledge that you deserve to be treated better, then they realize and have to face how crappy they truly are, and so do other people. Because, I mean, a lot of times that's really what it is knowing how you're being treated and being like, I really don't deserve this, like whatever, like, and not giving them the time of day. We have Attachment. So there's, again, that Mask. I don't think I had a Mask card for you, but there's this idea of who you're supposed to be. And we go back to that quote, like the farmer versus the leader, where you just want this simple life and you don't really want to take lead. We have Envy. So possibly these other people who are causing these other deaths, quote, other endings, they might be very envious of you. We have a woman holding a coin. So I feel like, again, that kind of relates to that King of Discs. So I do think that there's multiple people looking at you and like just thinking like, wow, this person exists. Like this person's great. We have the World. So whatever's going on right now is way bigger than you, but you have this big stake in it. This could be, I've been talking to y'all since the beginning, like I do think that your reading is very financial. So this could be like a job situation where you've been leaving jobs and you've been leaving jobs and you've been leaving jobs, or you've been let go of jobs, or you've been treated unfairly in the workplace, sort of thing. And that's kind of coming back around, and you're going to be put in like a more powerful position. But I think that this is something that's happening for a lot of different people. It's not just you, and that's why it's a world thing. But we have the Goddess of the Moon and Patience. So you've been waiting. You're being asked to be patient because, and you know, I call this card the Goddess of Patience. Because I feel like when patience asks you for something, and I asked you, can you be patient? You can say like, no, I can't, and like try to like run from it. But they're always going to be holding on to something for you, like that goddess. As soon as she sees you and realizes what you're worth, she's like, I have something for you. And she forces you to wait for it. And it's like, you can't have anything else. You got to wait for this kind of thing. So I also have the third chakra, which is Archangel. I can't say that name. All about what you do. It's all about doing. So you're a person that likes to get out there, work with their hands, like really show yourself by what you do, not really what you say, not really, you might be a person of like few words kind of thing. We have blossoming abundance. So again, I do think this is like job related and you know, this kind of was in my other reading with Pisces, but like sometimes it's your money and your value is related to your life purpose and the role that you play in life in general. You could be a leader of your neighborhood, or like everybody in your neighborhood look up to you and be like, you're that one person that everyone can go to. And I feel like it's a status, like there's some kind of status that you're just adored, you're going to be adored, and that's going to have positive effects for you. Like you may not have, all the money all the time. You have what you work for as in job means, but you will always have abundance because of the relationship you have with other people and how other people look up to you. We have the thinking man, which I think comes back to the hangman. We have community, which I think, again, it's people have their eyes on you, and we have storm warning. Whenever you have a lot of people that have their eyes on you and there's a lot going on, there's going to be commotion and chaos, but you have to be the one to decide to lead it. And that's what this is warning you about. There's going to be some kind of chaos where you're going to take a stand for. You're going to move out in front of everybody and be like, guys, look, this is how we're going to handle things. But let's go ahead and do your 3 yes or no questions. Today I have a pendulum, so I'm going to move the camera a bit so that you can see that. But please show me your yes. Please show me your no. Go ahead and think of a question. 1, 2, 3. And got your question? May I have the answer to that question? That is a slight yes. So let's, not a confident yes, a slight yes. So let's pull some cards, see what it says. We have unconditional love. I think that's from the universe. I'm really getting that that's like, we have divine consciousness. I really think that is from the universe. Like the universe sees you as somebody who is powerful and it wants to give energy into you. We also have purification and intuition, but we have intuition in reverse. So there's something that you need to do. Like you need to make sure you're cleansing your energy centers, aka your chakras and stuff like that, and not just allowing it to all build up. Don't just keep your third eye open all the time, looking at everything and everyone, because that can cause some imbalance issues. Second question, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we got. Can I have an answer to their second question, please? That is a no. So Usher, what is going on? Sound. There's something, so whatever this is does require you to speak out. So if you're worried about it, you're scared about it, just listen to your guides. It's not just the sound that you're making. You're in vibration with the rest of the universe. So you're not just talking for yourself. There's other people that you're talking for as well. So that should make your voice even stronger, even louder. That should make you want to say this even more, to be honest, about what you want, what you need to say. Think of your third question. 1, 2, 3. May I have an answer to their third question? That's a tricky one. I'm taking that as a maybe. Let's get more clarification. We have personal power and self-love. So it's going to take a lot of inner work, not outer work, to get a lot of this done. You really need to stand in your power, not let anybody get to you. Don't speak out in a negative way or a way that's going to come back onto you. Ask for guidance from your guides. Allow them to handle like more of like the dirty work kind of stuff, and make sure you're acknowledging your personal power. Like, the reason you're being called to the situation is because you can stand strong when you need to, and not a lot of people are able to have that stance that you have, and that powerful stance that you have. But that is all I have for you, Cancer. So if you wouldn't mind to like and subscribe and comment to this video, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think of the video, if there's anything I can change up, anything like that. And I am a Podbean affiliate now, so if you're interested in starting your own podcast, you can use my link down below and you can get a month off of whichever plan you choose, so you'll get that for free. I also have my wisdom link below, and it might not actually be below. It might be in my about section to my channel. I don't know. But one of those places, my links will be there. And that one is where you can ask hosts different questions, and they can answer in like 1 minute audio segments. And there's also a live talk feature, so you can jump on with a host, or a host can jump on and just talk about a topic. They can allow guests to come on and ask questions, etc., or talk with them about their ideas. So it's a pretty cool little app. I would recommend joining. And I believe that's it. So if you've already subscribed and liked this video and all the good stuff, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a great week.